So he loses the girl, and he ends up on his own, and the girl goes off with this other guy that she was
that he had
supposed to.
sex with.
Welcome to Too Much,
our podcast about, well, whatever.
From issues of the world to topics of lesser grandeur. We've got you covered with a little bit too much to say about everything.
So let's start the show.
I am the ooh-ah sensation, the best thing since sliced bread. I am the face, the body, Aga Michael. Thank you.
And I am the polarizing Tishi Gemini from New York City, Danny.
Yay! Today I have the one, the only, Danny Tishi. Like, in the future, that's what he'll be called.
Yes.
Maybe. Who knows?
No, it's
he's
gonna
with me today.
Duh.
I am so happy to have Danny with me today. It's a special episode. Whenever Danny is around, it's special. By the name of the title and what you're seeing, you already know we're going to be talking about open relationships.
Woo.
We're talking about polyamory. We're going to be talking about that type of stuff. But before we get up into it, how have you been doing, Danny? Like, what's been going on with you?
Oh my God. So apparently lately I've been a hot topic.
Hot topic. Like for the youngins like myself, what does that mean? Because I ain't never heard that before.
Basically, I've been, going on dates, getting a lot of attention lately. So, I've been throwing myself out there since, my last relationship and seeing what's new. So I'm enjoying that. That's pretty much what I'm doing. How about you, Michael?
I love that for you. Going on
Thank
dates. You. I wish somebody take me out.
Ooh,
I want to eat for free. That's all I want to do. I want to go out and eat for free.
Eat and drink. How about that?
Exactly.
Oh, and our city's now open because I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm from New York. I said it earlier, and our city's now open, so I'm ready to go out and explore the world.
Yeah, I know New York is like fully open. There's no restrictions, no nothing. I guess you just wear masks inside and wherever, but you can do every and anything.
Yeah,
but is it open for like large gatherings though?
Yes, absolutely. I actually went out the other day. And it was like a huge population of people inside with no mask at this bar. And I was like, oh, okay, so like the city's open. Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Do you feel like within the next couple of weeks there's gonna be like, oh my God, huge spike in coronavirus numbers?
No, I don't think so, because honestly, the city's been operating like this for a while now. So now it's just like we can do it and talk about it.
I love that. I want to come to New York City so bad. Whenever I come, I'm going to hang out with you. You're going to bring me to a ball. We're going to do all the good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to get you into a house. We're going to get you into the house.
Exactly. Get me into a house. I want to walk face. That's all I think I can walk.
Period.
I cannot do runway. I cannot do old way. I can do a little old way. Like a little
virgin old way?
Very virgin. Like,
come on.
Never done it before. Yes, I can do that.
You better hope Tiffany not a judge, though, because she's going to chop you like she did Khalid.
You know what? I mean, if you watch my YouTube channel, Danny and I react to Legendary and Pose there. That week, Tiffany was doing the absolute most. We didn't even get to really get into that episode because I was going through it. Y'all know my back was out. I was an old man that week. I could not stand for long. I couldn't sit for long. I was rushing through all my videos. I was like, let me film this real quick and go lay down. But Tiffany really pissed me off.
Baby,
she chopped them, and I was like, Honey and Khalik were freaking amazing. Why and how in the world?
Sickening. And you know what? Maybe, who knows? You know what, Tiffany? If you listen to this, which I hope you are, do better. Don't be bitter. Be better, babe.
I think she came in just a little too hype and a little too excited. And she was just like, oh, I've been to the balls. My aunties were gay and they brought me to, not me choking. They brought me to the balls and all these things. And I was like, okay, girl, whatever. But if Laomi is like saying what they're doing is great, giving them tens,
And it's a
Law,
virgin
who didn't
category.
even like freaking Honey that week, was giving her tens. Why are you coming and chopping them? I was like, they were the cuntiest people on the freaking stage.
Honestly, listen. I think production needed somebody to be a bad guy.
I just felt like it was just so uncalled for and so wrong. And she was just doing the most. She was doing the most that week. I swear to you.
You know, I wonder.
You're a guest. Just come look cute and give a 10. Move on.
Right. Like, I wonder who let her be so drunk on stage. But that's the top of the story.
It felt like she was high on that juice.
Oh, she was
lit.
That juju.
She was lit.
She was on some moonshine, baby.
Not the moonshine. Mm-hmm. Maybe she was. She was.
Oh, she was.
Yeah, so like my city is open a little bit too. For those of you who know, I am from Toronto, and we've been on lockdown the longest in the world. And this is not an exaggeration.
Oh my God. And usually Toronto, y'all be having y'all shit together. So I'm just a little bit confused as to how somebody in the States with everything going on, and we've been going through a lot, how we open before y'all. I'm just so confused. Y'all have y'all shit together.
It baffles me. I mean, we started off the pandemic like, we know what we're doing and this is going how it's supposed to go. And the moment when vaccines were being issued, we were relying on China to give us vaccines. And we didn't order any from like Pfizer, Moderna, and whoever else. And
Johnson.
Well, not them. Like Johnson, when I heard they were doing, I was like, weren't y'all just in a lawsuit because your baby powder was giving little boys boobies? Like, what?
I was like, who's getting Johnson & Johnson shot? I was like,
I'm not trying to get that.
Lotion?
It's not even that they make lotion. It's just like they've been in so much like controversy in regards to their products being bad for your health. And you know, if you Black, you've used Johnson & Johnson many a times in your life. Like that's what you grew up on. Your mama probably wiped your ass with their
Johnson & Johnson, baby powder, all of that.
All of it. Just to find out it's been like harming your kids for all these years. So I was like, no, none of that. But China didn't end up giving us any of the vaccines. They ran out. And then America and the rest of the world ordered all the vaccines from everywhere. So we had to wait until we could get vaccines from whoever. Then AstraZeneca was here. And then they were saying, oh, blood clots. And then some other thing was here. And they're like, whatever, that's dangerous. Then they were like, no more of those. We're only using Moderna and Pfizer. And then we were late. We were just late to the party.
But you know what? As long as y'all got it though, like you're fully vaccinated now, right?
No, I got my first shot. They scheduled me for August for the second one, but I feel like I'm gonna go get it earlier because there a few people I know, like a friend of mine, she was scheduled for August as well, but they're like, we have spaces for second shots. You can come and get it. I'm like, you know what? Let me just get it quick and get it over with. I just want to be done with it.
Right. That's
I might be getting it very soon. Very soon.
Okay. That's good. Like, because I'm ready to come see you in Toronto, baby. Like,
please do. Like, we are open. I mean, partially open. Partially.
Yeah. I'm
just a week ago.
And it's so funny because, like, no, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I was just like, catch a flight. We got things to do. It's like we don't have everything open yet, but in a month we're gonna be like we're gonna be like 75% open, and there's gonna be so much things to do. We have Canada Wonderland. I don't even have to sell you on all the things, but there's just so many amazing things to do in Canada that a lot of people would really enjoy. We just need to
God,
guys.
Michael, I want to go to Toronto. So, all right, fun fact, y'all, me and Michael have never met in person.
Never. And it's like we've been knew each other since we were in kindergarten or something.
Right, literally. And it's like we've never physically met. And I just need to come to Toronto because because you've been to New York, and it's like I want to go to Toronto. I've never been to the North. I really want to experience all these things. I can't wait to see you and, experience all the life because I need to see it all for myself.
You need to. I just want, I want, you know what? I'm never the type of guy to be like, I want to go to a party. I want to go to a club. I hated it. I can't tell you how many times before the world ended, people are like, come to this club, come to this party.
Not the world, not the pocket.
It ended. It's like a rebirth. Anytime this is how we address things in the future and the past from now on. BC meaning before COVID, because no, for real. That's how we have to address things.
This one y'all going down the history books according to Michael.
It's not even before Christ at this point. It's before COVID. Like BC, I was out there popping it, doing it, traveling, doing the most. Now, caution, mask up, 6 feet. It's a different world. But before BC, everyone is like, come out, party. I'm like, nope, I don't want to go out. I don't want to be a part of the crowd. I don't want any sweaty people coming up against me. But to be honest, like, if I have the opportunity to go out and shake my ass, I would like to take it, please. Like, can I have that for 500, Alex? Thank you.
Period, because I volunteer as tribute to go shake my ass because I'm ready. Child, I'm ready.
I am ready to go out. But, yeah, what have I been up to? Sitting at home. I'm in lockdown. I went out for the first time today because, we're a little
Can I just say that your look today, stunning. Your hair, the braids, Omarion realness. Go head over to his Instagram immediately and go look at his overlook. He looked so stunning. Michael always looks stunning. But them braids, Omarion, I got an icebox where my heart used to be. He's giving it, y'all.
I'm so cold. Oh my God, I'm so cold.
He's giving it, y'all. But yes, you look impeccable always. But today, that look, baby, amazing.
Yeah, sometimes you just throw something together and it just works. And today was one of those days. I felt amazing. Everyone was complimenting me. I got to meet a beautiful person that watches my YouTube videos in real life. And it was just a really great day overall. Like, it rained a little. I didn't even mind it. I was walking for hours. My feet were hurting, but I was like, I'm outside. I'm just taking it all in. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm happy that you got to enjoy that. I stayed home.
But you're always out with your friends, though. I see like your Instagram and you're out doing the hookah. You're playing Uno in the bars or the club.
But wait, did you see the video of me?
I saw you. You were literally on the chair twerking for dear life.
With the Uno card in my hands.
Didn't even realize the camera was on you. I was like, Danny playing Uno and twerking for
at the same damn time. But guess what, though? I still won that game.
It's like, you guys know how to have fun. This is the Uno game I want to be a part of.
My God, I can't wait to like physically be in your presence and we just go and have a blast. Because you and I kiki all the time. But it's like, oh man, it's good.
It has to happen.
We're making this happen.
But some things that I've been seeing online, like, first of all, it's Pride, so happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month, y'all.
It's actually June 19th when we're recording this. I'm not in America, so we don't celebrate Juneteenth, if you don't know.
Happy Juneteenth, baby. I'm definitely after this. I'm going out.
You better go celebrate.
Baby.
Like, for those of you who don't even know what Juneteenth is, I mean, I'm not going to expect everyone to know, because a lot of you listening to me are probably from other walks of life, from different corners of the world. Right. But when slavery ended in America, not everyone was told about that, and the last of the slaves found out that, it was, the war was won and it was like abolished on this day all them years ago. And so that's why Black people in America celebrate the abolition of slavery on June 19th, because that's when all the slaves actually found out they were free.
Period.
So beautiful, beautiful. I think Biden made this like a public holiday for y'all.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. This is a holiday, baby.
So
And
do y'all
best
get
believe.
paid for it? Like, is it a paid holiday?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it is because our timesheets. I was talking about my business, y'all. Our holiday pay goes in early, so I was like, "It's a holiday." I was like, "Oh wait, you treatment?" So yes, thank you.
Love that for you guys. It's kind of weird that the white people are gonna get paid for it too.
Right, colonizers. Let me stop.
I don't want to get into politics because that's not what this episode is about. But
Right.
It's a nice gesture. But
Mm-hmm.
there's like a whole lot of important stuff going on in that country that needs addressing with police brutality and a whole lot of other stuff.
God.
Like breaking down systematic, like there's a lot
Systematic
of stuff
racism
that needs to be freaking addressed. This is a nice gesture, but
yeah, but you know
stuff.
what? Like, yeah,
it's real stuff.
Listen, I've been here in real time when everything, what happened last year. We're not gonna get into it, but it's been a journey, and it's been a lot, and we're still on our way to making progress, which is kind of fucking crazy because I had this conversation with my grandpa, and it's like it's sad, but you know what? You know what else is sad? Homophobia.
Homophobia in 2021, and I say 2021 sarcastically because whenever something crazy happens, we say, oh my God, it's 2012 and this is still happening. It's 2016 and this is still happening.
Mm-hmm.
2021, yes, it is still happening because people are evil, people are ignorant, and it's not going to change overnight. This story about Tyler, the young boy going around, like the videos going around.
Yes.
It's crazy. Okay, so his brother shaved his head all the way back.
His hairline was like pushed all the way to the back, all the way. It was just ridiculous.
And they carved gay into the side of his head. And it's all because he's an effeminate young boy. Like this boy, I don't even know his age, but he looks like freaking 6, 7, more, maybe 9. But he's a young child.
Young man. Young black man at that.
Young black man down in the South.
In Atlanta.
Yes, in Atlanta to be specific. I'm like, y'all live in Atlanta. Y'all are around gay
y'all
people.
know what Atlanta gives. You get what I'm saying?
Why and he's your family member. Anyways, I saw the video. They were abusing him, like literally like slapping him around, shaving his head, like talking to him in the most disgusting way, walking up on him, and he's a child. And I was like,
and
what
trying
the hell
to
is going on?
publicly
they had him on live.
To do that on a public platform, to think that people are going to agree with you, and it's like because you're basically showing your ignorance against this young child. And granted, if anybody listening who has not seen the video, you need to go see it immediately. It's all over the internet. There's no way you
it might trigger you if you are someone who has been through something similar. When I saw it, I was triggered because I grew up in the Caribbean. I've seen people be treated just like that or worse. Like I've seen a lot of little effeminate boys be like smacked around in the most vile way possible. I mean, like grown people hitting them to the point where these little kids, their bodies are jerking, they're flying across the room. They're like, stop acting like a girl. You're a man.
And then the term, listen, I get triggered all the time. Like, even when I was younger, I used to be called a faggot. That's like my number one word. If I hear that, I'm ready to pop. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, watching that video, yes, I was triggered, Michael. You knew it, because I sent it to you, and y'all know you've seen it. But I sent it because I was like, you see this bullshit? And it's so sad because it's like, is this what we're doing? Especially when we talk about accepting people for who they are, this is what we're really doing. And, in Black families, I know.
It's rough.
Baby.
It's going to take a lot of education and a lot of, a lot of work to change the minds of a lot of ignorant people in our community, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially
ignorance is really prevalent in our community when it comes to a lot of things. And that's why it's hard to progress with acceptance and with just everyone being themselves. Now,
right.
his sister made a post and basically like explaining what happened. She was like, oh, all my little brothers were being disrespectful to my mom. So we were like doing a thing and, oh, my brother Tyler loved the attention. But my older brother came home and saw what was happening and saw him acting feminine and saying some gay shit. That's literally what she said, saying some gay shit. And my older brother got mad and shaved his head and was like, slapping him around saying, don't ever do that again and blah, 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 because our family's not with that gay shit. And then in the same breath, she's like, we don't care about that gay shit. If you do you, whatever. But in our family, we don't want that here. That's what she's basically saying.
Time out. Like, how are you trying to do damage control and you just added fuel to the fire?
That's exactly it.
Literally, like now people are going to really read y'all because now it's like you're basically stating that your family is the problem. Yes, the situation, whatever the situation, you can't justify it because it's already all surfacing through the internet, everything that happened. So now you hear the cops outside my window, they coming for my ass. They coming.
Now, the video was crazy. He was being ridiculed. Like, it was disgusting. The sister talked about it. They didn't make it any better. People found out where they lived. People found out the address and everything. They were tagging.
The internet don't play.
Oh, they realized the porch and how the color of the house was and everything. And they're like, found him. This is where they live. They tagged the police. They tagged freaking the mayor of Atlanta. They tagged Child Protective Services. And I'm happy to report, as of right now when I'm filming this with Danny, Tyler has reportedly been removed from the home by Georgia FDCS after a video surfaced of him being abused by his family for being gay, and a court date has been set.
Period. And you know what? That's what they get because they thought it was going to be real cute. And people, like, let's say people around the world, because I'm from the hood, y'all. Born and raised in the hood. Shit like that is really normal to them, but it shouldn't be accepted. And it's like, good on them. You feel me? Good. I'm good. Happy for Tyler. Good. Justice being served.
These things happen all the time behind closed doors, and no one really hears about it, and they get, people get away with it. I'm really happy the family was stupid enough to put it on the internet. I'm glad they did that because now this young man's life has been saved. I'm not saying they would have killed him, but God knows it could go to that extreme. You never know.
Or maybe he could have had suicidal thoughts himself to go kill himself. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I'm glad this happened. I'm glad they're taking him away from the situation. When I saw it, the first thing came to my mind is, I wish I could take him out of this situation, adopt him, show him what life really can be for him, because this is no way for people to live. No way.
Oh my God. Honestly, like, just all right, people listening, just take a second and just imagine putting yourself in that situation, in Tyler's shoes, and feeling all those things. A lot of us Black gay men today have experienced similar things to that. So you can just see why we're so passionate and triggered by the situation, because it's like we can empathize and relate to what that situation is. And it's just wow.
Whenever people hear me say stuff on my YouTube or my Patreon listeners or whatever, you guys hear me say, like, as a Black guy that's of a certain age, that means I am Black, so I'm of a specific demographic. I'm gay, so that's another demographic. Right. And I was born in the 90s. That means a lot of ignorant people were like really running rampant,
Ciao.
I've seen stuff, experienced stuff, and I'm like, whenever I see people my age group or older talking about their experiences, I'm like, I relate. I know that life. I've seen that firsthand.
Definitely.
People are
definitely
crazy. People are really gross, and I'm just happy I survived it and it's like we survived by the skin of our teeth, because while we're still here, a lot of these things that we've seen happen to other people or have it happen to us personally It's really scarred us. I always say, I don't know who the true me is today. Because I could have
we talked about this too.
Yeah, we've had this conversation. I could have been a completely different person with a completely different personality if I were given the opportunity that a lot of younger queer people are being afforded today, thankfully, because they're being, born into an age with more accepting parents. Today at brunch, I was with Prince and we met this couple. They're from a different city and they have two young boys. One is like 6 and the other is like 7. And they're just, the younger one, his name is River. I remember his name.
Oh, River.
He has like little temporary tattoos all over him. His mom and dad have like a lot of tattoos. And they're like, we're talking because they're across from us. And we're talking and they're like, oh, he loves makeup. And we would bring him to go get whatever he wants. He loves to like do little dress up things and he wants to do a YouTube channel and dress up and do makeup. And I'm like, oh my God. Can you imagine if I grew up with parents that like that? My parents are fine and whatever. I love my childhood and all of that. I grew up liking playing with my sister's dolls to the point where my dad got me my own doll. Literally, like my dad got me one of those, not like a little Barbie, but because I always play in people's hair. He got me that big doll with the head and the hair.
Oh yeah, okay.
But even that to me was like amazing because I have a Black father. That's
But you know what's so crazy, Michael? Like, because my dad, as you know, me and my dad recently are now, friends again. We've mended the fences, and it's like, growing up myself, me and my dad's relationship was abysmal. It was like not there. And as I got older, we patched up a lot of issues, and then they all came back to form again. But now we're in a good place. And it's like, what would I would have been like growing up if I was able to express myself or, to be an artist at a young age and just to be that. And I was telling you,
make choices and throw caution to the wind. But no, we had to. That's why do you think Black people are so freaking good at code switching? Like Black people are good at code switching. We just talked about this. Let's talk about Black gay men. We are freaking amazing at code switching.
Geniuses. Like, yeah, what up, bro? There's not
walking into the barbershop, it's a whole new me. Walking outside of the barbershop, like going through a specific neighborhood, it's a whole different me.
Right.
Passing on like another neighborhood with some bougie ass people, it's like, oh, it's a different me. You gotta fit in here.
It's all an act, baby.
At home, like the friends I have in my neighborhood, my household, my school friends, people I meet on the street, like it's a different me for every freaking person I meet because you gotta like fit in or get in where you fit in because you never know.
Yeah, because you trust me, like people will attack you or they'll look at you. People judge you the minute they see you within that split second. So like, you have to
you walking with a little too much wiggle in the waist. There's a little swish in your wrist, like you.
Look at the switch of his wrist.
Too much. It is too much, literally. But yeah. Thankfully, Tyler is safe now. Yes. It's Pride Month. Celebrate that. It means so much for queer people to be visible, and it means so much for even these corporations who a lot of us make jokes and say they only support us in the month of June. Yeah, it's true for a lot of them, but
that means be funny.
No, it is funny and it's like real life. But at the same time, just seeing that rainbow flag on the window.
June. LG 2Q. Oh yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. We love the rainbow. Two guys on an ad. 2 guys holding. Oh, okay. Like it's very much like that's what it's given.
That is very true. Like a lot of these companies, they're only doing it for like because they have to. But just for a young guy walking through a neighborhood or the city. And seeing, like, in a small town, let's think of the smallest obscure town in rural wherever. Some little boy who is artistic, hiding and watching Project Runway, hiding and watching RuPaul's Drag Race, hiding and watching Legendary.
if they even have access to it.
You know, like older brothers who are like always beating him up because he's a little different. People in the neighborhood like calling him special, calling him different or whatever.
Right.
But that person walking through his town and seeing a little barber shop or seeing the bank and they have that little rainbow sticker, he's like, oh my God. That little sticker
symbol
right there might not mean a lot to us who live in bigger cities, but for that person, it's like, I think I can go inside this place or this establishment
and be safe.
I can let my guard down a little bit.
Yeah.
I can have hope that the town I'm in is slowly progressing. And it's really important.
I feel like every town needs to have like a community center for people that are of the LGBTQ community, you know, just so they can go and just feel like they have a safe space, you know?
I love the idea of safe spaces because as much as we want, it's like, oh, it's one world, blah, blah, blah. Girl, no. It don't work like that. We would love for it to be like that, but it's not there yet. A lot of us have been too scarred and too traumatized through life. We need to feel safe in certain spaces, and that's why safe spaces are necessary.
Exactly. And you know what? I need a safe space from these people that are of, you know, open relationships and polyamorous because
let's get into it. Let's get into it because I am ready to talk about it. The topic this week is polyamory and open relationships. I watched a documentary a few weeks back, and it was about a couple trying an open relationship for the first time, right? A male and a female. Now, the woman is straight, I believe, based on what I've seen in the documentary. The guy is a bisexual.
Oh, child, I know about that.
Right. So, no, it was so interesting, let me tell you. Now, they were trying this thing, and they were like a long-distance relationship as well. So he lived like in a very like country-ass place, and she lived in his city. She came into the country, and she was with him for a while. And they were like having fun and doing their thing. And they were like, are we sure we want to do this? It was the guy's idea, by the way, to do the open relationship. And she's like,
he wanted
are you sure? That's what I said.
He wanted
I lied to you not. And she was like, you know what? Are you sure, babe? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun. And he's a filmmaker. So he wanted to document the entire thing. Yeah. And it was so interesting. Now, she moves back to the city and she messes around with different guys, and he messes around with girls and guys, but he has a hard time finding a guy to mess around with because he's in a country-ass place and there's not a lot of options.
Right.
He went out on a date with this guy for the first time, but it was like a guy and his partner. So then he went on the date with the couple. But he's a filmmaker, and this is a documentary, so he's filming the thing, and it got awkward, so the date ended very quickly because the couple was like, why the hell are you filming us? So that didn't go anywhere.
First of all, I would even be on the date, period.
You know, but they're trying to do the open thing, and they share everything. So if he goes out with people, he shares it with her, vice versa. She's in the city. Oh, she is dipping and doing it. She's in the city and she's like out partying and men are all over her and she is getting it.
She a bad bitch. She is a bad bitch.
She is very outgoing, but he is very demure and, you know, he's the opposite of her.
And this was his idea?
His idea. He finally meets this other girl that's like into the documentary videoing thing, and she's doing the thing with him. And the girlfriend is in the city doing the thing with this other guy. And long story short, the girlfriend is falling in love with the guy in the city.
I figured.
And they do this weird thing where whenever she's with the guy, in like her and this new guy in the city, they're in bed, she's video conferencing with him. And he's watching and talking to them. And the guy's like very uncomfortable. He's like, yeah, I'm not talking to your boyfriend on this freaking
I'm
video call.
uncomfortable even hearing about it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I was like watching it. I was like, why is he watching his girlfriend and this guy naked in bed, like making out and stuff? The guy was like, can we get rid of him? Because I want to be with you right now. I don't want him watching us.
See, now if I was her, I would have been like, I'm sorry to this man. I do not know this man. If I know this man walking down the street, I don't know a damn thing. I would have been.
Yeah, like
But,
over. So
wow.
anyways, like it's a whole thing. He's with the girl in the country, and you can tell it's not really serious because I think he's into guys more, but he's like really not expressing it.
Yeah.
He's not being true to himself. So he's stuck with this girl. He barely like loves on her or anything. He's
still no affection
her.
or anything, huh?
Yeah, none of that. I was like, are you into women? Like, what's up? And so eventually he meets
Well, I mean,
up
clearly he was definitely into something else. You see what I'm saying?
Let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of like puts the girl in the country on pause because obviously he wasn't that into her. He meets up eventually the girlfriend came to the country and they had a threesome, the two girls and him. But when he went to the city to meet the girl and the boy she's been hanging out with for a very long time, he's a very masculine guy. He rides a motorcycle. He's very the opposite of this guy who's very shy and like. Yes, so they met for the first night, and the guy is straight. Like the guy the girl in the city's with, he's straight, and like you can tell he's falling for her. And they meet up at this bar and whatever, and this straight guy and him end up having sex, and they had a threesome too. He's like, oh yeah, so last night after we were out clubbing.
If y'all can see my face, I'm gagged right now.
Watching this documentary, it was crazy. He's like, well, after we went clubbing, my girlfriend's, fiance, sorry, they were like engaged to get married. He's like, my fiance's, whatever partner, the extra guy.
Her boyfriend.
So he gave the guy fellatio, and then it went on to the guy actually like banging him. And
he said, put it in my butt.
I can't with you.
What? In the butt?
Can't with you.
What? In the butt?
No.
You want to do it in my butt? In my butt? Yo. Child. Okay.
They did that. And all of this is happening, and I'm like, where's this going? Just to find out, the girlfriend is like, because now they're about to like get married. It's coming close to the date of them getting married. And they're like, so what's going to happen? Because this was cute for the past how many months when we're engaged and living separately. We're about to get married and live together. How are we going to continue with this? Because this girl has been like literally being with this guy full time while you're still engaged. Is this guy going to continue to be with you and whatever? Because they wanted to have a baby. And he's like, so how is it going to happen? I don't want this guy having sex with you when you're pregnant with my baby. Eventually, the girl was like, I'm sorry, we have to call the engagement off because I'm in love with this guy that I've been with. I'm like, of course, this is how it's going to end. This is how I see these things. If you are so he loses the girl and he ends up on his own, and the girl goes off with this other guy that he had
sex with.
That part. I'm like, the side piece will always end up being the main piece if you continue doing it for too long. Now,
because listen, your main nigga my side piece, and that's on what
part. So how I feel about open relationships, because this wasn't like I don't think they thought this was a polyamorous relationship. The thing was just literally open relationships. That's what they said they were trying. Open relationships specifically.
That's interesting.
They could have sex with anyone, but they were very clear that they needed to share information with the main partner. How do you feel about that?
See, now, with that being said, it's like, if y'all have an open relationship, y'all need to set ground rules on what that entails. Like, okay, is this somebody that it's a one and done type of deal with each person, or is it somebody that I'm consistently going to be having sex with, like just, we're friends, we're going to continue to have sex because I'm into a relationship. I don't know. It depends on, the person or whoever the relationship, whoever's in the relationship at the time. It depends on what they come up with. Like, for example, I'm not into open relationships and I'm not into polyamory. I'm very much a monogamist, and I do believe what's mine is mine. Like I was telling you earlier before we even jumped on that, bitch, that's my man. Because my man is my man, and you can't have him on the weekends. You can't have him. Like, you can't do that.
Oh
but what I feel overall is that, child, it couldn't be me. And I knew just from you telling the story, I wasn't really shocked that she fell in love with somebody else, because that's basically what it was calling for.
It was like
maybe
doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, like did y'all lose something sexually for y'all to have an open relationship? Or were you just not really in tune with this woman, like, in the first place? Like, did y'all really, like, what was it?
Yeah, so...
Like, could you be in an open relationship, Michael?
I don't think so. I feel like I should be enough. And I'm not saying that monogamy is, like, the holy grail.
Yeah.
Because historically, a lot of people have been in... Oops, sorry about that, guys. Historically, a lot of people have been in polyamorous relationships and open relationships. It's pretty normal for people back in the day. However, for me, I feel like things get a little murky in open relationships, because this is what I think an open relationship is. It's me and my partner being a unit, and us coming to the consensus that we want to add and subtract other variables to our unit. So that means I can go out and I can do this and that with people. If it's one person, well, I wouldn't say one person. If it's open, then it's like with multiple people.
Right.
But nothing that I'm doing outside of my unit is supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be very casual. And I feel like when you're doing this, if you are going to do it and then me or my partner starts doing it too often with a specific person, then feelings can be caught between me and that person, or my partner and their person. And before you know it, we're falling out with, like, this is how I see it. What if I'm with my partner and we're doing this open thing, and I find one person that I'm like, I'm really cool with this person outside of my partner, and I want to just do my extracurricular business with this person specifically. We're doing it. Months and months go on.
And then you start to build this connection.
But it's like, at one time, I sleep over, and then I wake up. The next time, it's like, oh, they made me breakfast. So next time, it's like, we went on a little lunch date. The next, it's not even sex anymore. It's more like just companionship.
A relationship. Yeah.
It's building. And then me and my partner get into a little quarrel. Next thing, I'm complaining to this person about my situation with my partner. And then all of a sudden, it feels like I'm building a stronger bond with this person, and I'm finding more common ground because me and my partner are going through something, and blah, blah, blah. It just rolls into me leaving my partner for this person, because all of a sudden I realize I want something else. Or I've formed a stronger bond with something else.
Now here comes to play with the polyamorous thing, right? Because that falls under, like, a lot of open relationships. You know what I mean?
Well, polyamory is a little different, because it's like, I have a partner, we are definitely together, and I'm going to have a specific person that I'm also really together with. So it's not like I'm out here with a partner but having sex with 10 other people. I have a partner, and I'm going on dates, and I'm having sex with one other specific person or two other specific person.
Exactly.
Like, it's a bubble, like,
it's like,
think
it's
of it
click.
as COVID. Yeah.
Click.
It's like, we have a bubble. My partner knows, or my partner probably has sex with the same person I have sex with too. Or let me see. Do I know I know of a few
I know
polyamorous people. I know of someone in my city who has a husband and he has a boyfriend. And it's very known, like the three of them are a unit, you know? He's with his husband, he lives there, but he goes on regular dates and regular trips and has regular relations with the boyfriend as well. You know, that's how it is.
And it's not a throuple.
It's not a throuple. They don't, it's kind of like Bob the drag queen. Bob is in a polyamorous relationship with Jacob.
With a trans person.
No, like he's with Jacob, and then he has his other boyfriend, the trans man, Ezra. And
Ezra's so cute. Oh my God.
they're all really cute.
Yeah, they're all really beautiful people.
Very cute. I don't even know what to. Very cute couple. Is it not even a couple?
Very cute
relation. Yeah, bubble.
A cute bubble. That's what we're gonna do. We ain't gonna pop this bubble, baby.
So yeah, it's polyamory. It's you have main people. You have multiple main people, but open relationship, you have one main person and a bunch of extra people you just mess around with.
Okay, you know what? Because that also tying it back to Bob the drag queen. I remember listening, and Bob basically was like, you know, that Ezra has a girlfriend, I believe, and that Bob was meeting the girlfriend, and you know that's why it's like, you know, I'm like, wow, so this is really like a intertwining things of relationships that you have.
It's too complicated for me. I can't do all of that. I barely have time to like take care of a plant. Then I have to like, no, for real. Like my plants be dying on me, and I have to make sure that
I'm giving enough. You wanna know why your plants be dying on you, Michael? Because you be going to Starbucks too damn much.
I don't get enough light in my apartment, but like, and I have to like make sure that I'm giving time and attention to one person in my life. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna, and I have my own stuff going on. I'm gonna have to like factor in another human being.
Yeah, that's too much. Like I personally can't do it. I feel like investing time in one person is already an experience alone.
And then I think about the jealousy, and a lot of people have to say like, oh, I don't get jealous. I'm like, if you don't get jealous, like jealousy is a normal, like it is a very
it's human
normal
nature
emotion to have. Jealousy is so freaking normal to have. It's just like judgment. People judge without, people judge without giving it a second thought every single day. People are like, oh, you're judgmental. I don't judge people. I'm like, girl, you judge every single thing and you don't even notice. You just think you're not judging because you're not giving it that label. But if you have an opinion on something,
you're judging it. Like, listen, like, I'm pretty sure people judging us right now. Do I give a fuck? Absolutely, positively, no.
It's natural. It's okay to judge, and it's okay to be jealous. If you're not, I feel like if you're in a relationship and you don't have any form of jealousy at all, then okay, that's interesting. That's you. It's either that you trust your partner to the nth degree and you're just that secure more than any other human being in the world, or you're just not that in love with the person.
That's what I'm saying. So even if being in the polyamorous relationship for whomever is, like, do you even get jealous? Is there like a little hint of jealousy? Like maybe their connection maybe a little stronger than yours. So do you feel some type of way about it? Like, oh, you see this person connected more with the other person opposed to, you know, like I would. That's what I can deal with. I can't deal with that.
For me, it feels like I feel like if I'm in a polyamorous relationship and I'm with my main person and we have this other person making a third party, and my person and the third party, I see them doing like a lot of things together and I start feeling excluded, then I might feel like, oh my God, their connection seems real strong. I feel left out. And me feeling left out in that moment is jealousy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to label it as that, but girl, that's what it is. If you feel left out and you feel like, but what about me? You're jealous of the situation and it's like me, I'm over here. I want some attention too. Jealousy doesn't have to mean like you're crazy and you're obsessive. That's not always jealousy. That is not always what it is. And for that, I don't know how I would deal with it. I just
I don't know how I would deal with it either. Honestly, like I had, I guess, a past tense now because me and this individual are no longer like really close like that, who is a polyamorous man and he's also bisexual. And with that being said, he would tell me certain things and whatnot. And I would think to myself, like, how can you operate like that? But it's not for me to understand. It's for me to accept his decisions, you know?
Right.
So it's like, whatever, like certain things don't work for certain people and that's just not going to work for me. So kudos to you, but it's not going to work for me. And also, I agree with you on the whole, like, jealousy thing. Now, I have a question. Do you think they form, like, threesomes or they have, like, I'm being polarizing, y'all, but orgies, like all the relationships start to conform together, you know? Do you think that happens in polyamory? Like, I would, like...
Wait, what do you mean? Like
let's say you're in a relationship with both these other people.
Okay.
And y'all have like a threesome. You think that like that's normal to them?
Yes, because and it all depends on how the structure of the polyamorous relationship is. Because, well, some people like to differentiate it, but I think a throuple is the same as a polyamorous relationship. Thruples and polyamorous relationships are the same in my mind. I might be wrong. Y'all can correct me. I'm okay with that. But the only difference is like what's her name? Derek Barry. Her relationship.
Yeah, Derek. Mm-hmm.
I find Derek's situation to be polyamorous. Derek is with two partners. They all three of them live in the same house, sleep in the same bed. They have relations with each other. They live with each other, have the relations with each other, and it's like we're a unit, and it's three of us as this unit. However, Bob's polyamorous situation is Bob is a unit on his own. You guys can't see this because we're on FaceTime. Danny is here playing with his tits. I cannot.
Who said that? I'm sorry to this man. I do not know this man. I do not know what this man is talking about.
I should release this video. Let the world see what's going on.
What? Who said that?
I said that.
You said that?
Bob is doing his thing over here. Like Bob is a unit in himself, but he has one relationship with Ezra and one with Jacob, and that's their polyamorous situation.
Yeah, and they don't all
Jacob
like
and they all don't get together. Ezra and Jacob, they're not a thing. They're separate people that just happen to be in an
connected by one
relationship
person
with Bob. Right.
Yeah.
That's polyamory. It's because like, and even then, they're all three of them in this weird L-shaped thing. Think of Bob in the middle and think of, you know, like Ezra one direction and Jacob one direction. Connected that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a right angle. It's like whoop, whoop.
Exactly. But all three of them are allowed to do their own thing with other people outside of each other. So they're in a unique thing, which is a polyamorous relationship that is open.
But if you want to be technical, if you get 4 people and 4 points, you get you get a square. So
yeah, well, that's like a lot. It's all connected only if they're all 4 of them actually are like. Let's say it's a throuple. What do you call? Oh my God! I got a lisp out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, my mouth was like,
damn, cat got your tongue?
It really did.
It went, what? Oh, man.
I feel like the future is going to be very
I
fluid.
wish y'all saw it, y'all. That was so funny. I'm sorry, guys.
I feel like the future is going to be very fluid, though, and we're going to be seeing a lot more relationships that are unconventional to us, you know, because we're from like a different time where we're used to monogamy, but in the queer community, it's very open. You have all these different types of people.
Oh, we know.
All these different type of people, and they're gonna just be existing however they want to exist. Yeah. And that's just a thing we're gonna deal with and be seeing a lot of. I don't know.
Yeah, I just like for me personally, like you know, kudos to you, but I can't do it. I even, like, with my ex-partner, I used to get jealous off of the lightest things, like somebody flirting with him and right in front of my face. And I'm just sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know some other couples would invite people to their bedrooms and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just,
I think that's just like a little open thing going on there.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've had a threesome before. I'm lying. I'm so full of shit, y'all. I'm lying. Do not believe me. I'm so lying.
Yeah, but the whole open thing, I feel like there are a multitude of reasons why you can have an open relationship. And there's a multitude of reasons why you can have a polyamorous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, like, I will be honest, in my younger days, a couple of years back, I would have been like, oh, if you want an open relationship or a polyamorous relationship, then you just want to hoe. You want to have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
But after growing as a human being and experiencing life and seeing different points of view, I can say that it all depends. Yeah. It's not that some people are sex addicts, why they need open relationships, meaning they just need to have sex with a bunch of different people. Sometimes it's just like that's what works for them. But whatever reason you have these type of relationships for, I think that you have to let it be known to your partner right away what your intention is. Like, if you're into open relationships as a, like, say you're single right now,
which I am,
right? If anyone is looking at Danny with the eye like, oh, he's hot, like slide in his DMs, he's single, like, do your thing. But yeah, if you're a single person right now and you've been in open relationships before, or you've never been in them, but you like the idea of them and you'd like to be in one, and you meet someone tomorrow or whenever, I suggest you put that on the table day one. To me, it's like a thing that I want to know first date. I would love to know that the first date.
I think that's crucial, especially if you're trying to build a foundation with somebody, depending on what that foundation is.
If I'm dating you crucial. And you drop that on me like months in or whatever, I'm gonna be like, what brought this on? Are we okay?
Right.
Is something wrong?
Right, definitely agree with that. It's like, what's going on? It's the sex bad, like you know what I'm saying? Like, if this so abrupt. That's why when you were talking about the documentary, I was just like, was this so abrupt when he brought it up on her? That's something that they should have laid down at the beginning to avoid not even getting married in the first place. Like, that was their, you know, that was
watching the documentary. It was like the writing was on the wall to me. I was like,
what is the name of this documentary?
Oh my God, I cannot remember, but I will find out and I will put it in the description of this podcast, I promise. I have the worst memory. I wanted to tell you guys exactly what it was called, but I just can't remember right now. I cannot.
Yeah, see, right now, that's not important.
I watched it on like HBO or something.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm definitely going to watch it. Not today, though, because it's Juneteenth. So, you know, I gotta.
So good. Because I'm not a big documentary person, but I was invested. I was like, I want to see how this ends. Did not disappoint me.
Michael, I'm invested now. I'm like gooped and gagged because I'm like, child, I can only imagine what the hell you were watching and just to experience. Oh my God. Like,
you know what? I was supposed to go to bed and it came on and I literally sat there for the like next 2 hours or whatever. I'm like, I'm finishing this. I'm not sleeping. I want to see how it ends.
Good. That's how you know the shit is good. That's how you know the shit is damn good. And I'm, child, I need to, damn, like, you got me excited because now I want to watch. Like, but hold on.
I feel like everyone listening, they're probably thinking, how dare he come with this story and not know the name of the documentary?
Exactly. Damn it, Michael. How could you do this to us? But nah, what I want to say was, I view sex very, very crucially. And it took me a very long time to have sex. And I think it's just such an intimate act to have sex. That's why I'm very particular about not wanting to be in an open relationship, because it's like, I feel like if sex is sacred to you, for somebody to go out and sleep with other people, that's really going to like hurt you internally, you know, especially if this is somebody you call your partner. This is why I can't do those things, because it's something that's sacred to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna sound like a little hypocrite, but I'm single, y'all, so I can do what I want. I'm really about to tell on myself. Oh my God. Okay.
No, let the people know we're honest here.
I'm really about to tell on myself, y'all. I have been having a hot boy summer before summer started. Let's just say that. but with that being said, it's people I know, not strangers. You know what I'm saying? Like long relationships and long bonds I've had with certain individuals. You know?
Yeah, you just been running through your circle.
My bubble.
Oh,
but
no,
that is now long over with. That was a couple months back, though, y'all. That was a couple months back. You know, I'm here.
You started late, though. If you guys go back to the first podcast we did together, you talked about when you lost your virginity and when you started actually dating seriously. Mm-hmm. You started late, so I guess you're making up for lost time.
Maybe so. Who knows? It was January 1st, 2020, and I think, like you said before, I caused the pandemic to happen.
Yeah, I blame you. Danny lost his virginity and the world went to shit. That's what's going to be in the history books.
I know they're gonna put it right there too. Danny lost his virginity and the world went to shit. I'm gonna tweet that. I'm gonna like, y'all, I'm gonna tweet that. Please, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, man. But yeah, yeah, but sex is sacred. Like, how do you view sex overall? Because, you know, this does come into a big play with open relationships and polyamory. Like, how do you view sex?
So sex for me is like, it's a spiritual connection, and I don't want to sound weird like some little hippy-dippy weirdo, but
let me find out you want these people that hear voices in your head and be smoking with rocks next to you. Let me stop.
Anyways, I cannot with you. You have me laughing this entire night. We've been talking for hours before we started this podcast.
Oh yeah, buddy. We were on the phone.
I don't even know how long this is going. It's probably too long at this point because when we start talking, it goes on.
It's a key.
But I think sex is sacred, and it's like a lot of exchanging of energy and spirits. And I don't mean like, ooh, spirits.
Boogie doogie, boogie.
I'm not talking about that. When people come in my space, I feel their energy coming onto mine, and I feel like an entanglement of energies. If you let me find out you in an entanglement. You was in an entanglement. Okay, heard you, Michael Balenciaga. Get my little Jada Pinkett Smith on. Okay, but
right, y'all. If y'all want to know, Michael is in an entanglement.
I'm not Jada. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. But wait, that's why I'm not a big fan of hookup culture, because I just couldn't. Yeah. It's like my spirit and my aura, my energy is sacred to me. And sometimes when someone just comes in my space, I feel it being altered. I feel a shift in energy.
Yeah.
I just can imagine like having a random person you met 50 minutes ago on an app. Running through your home. We've talked about this before.
Wow.
Yeah, like just running through your house, one, like not up in my place, and two, up and through your body.
Chris, let me stop.
By the time they leave, it's like something shifts within you. A little piece of them is now a part of you. And I'm not trying to have a bunch of negatives, spirits and a bunch of negative energies latching on to mine and running through me.
And you're way too stunning for that. Like, please.
I that's how I view sex. It's like I need to know you. I need to have a connection to you. And when you're just being sexual and doing all these things with random people, I don't know. I don't think that feels good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like,
I don't see how people out there in these streets are running the streets hot and think, oh, this is where it's at. It's good. I love
Do
this.
you want to lie, Michael? Because their pussies are on fire. That's why their pussies are on fire and they ready, to.
Like, I don't see that as hot. I don't see that as the moment, because after you got your nut, you got your climax or whatever, how do you feel afterwards? Do you feel like at peace? Do you feel happy? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you have that glow?
Yeah. Do you got that glow? You feel it too. You got that glow. I'm sorry, y'all.
What song is that?
Glow from The Last Dragon. Please tell me you know the movie The Last Dragon.
I know the movie, but that song, I don't remember it.
What? That movie is so iconic. Sorry, y'all. We got sidetracked, but what? Yes. Shown up, like, who's the master? Yeah,
I know that one.
And Vanity's in it too. Talking about seven heaven.
You're over you. You're a nerd.
But yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like I have to like be really emotionally invested to have an amazing time, to the point where after we're finished doing this exchange of energy, I don't feel drained emotionally and spiritually.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
And so that's why I just can't do the whole open thing. You're just doing it with some random over here, some random over there, or this whole hookup culture. It doesn't speak to me.
Yeah, no, me either. And you know what? I'll back you up 100% on that, because it's like, that's just who we are as people. I would love to have another conversation with somebody who's a polyamorous or who has an open relationship, to really like see what their guidelines are for their situationships. It all varies.
It's like based on the couple, they make their own rules as they go.
That's true. Mike, can I just say, you look so stunning right now? Bitch, you did that.
I would release this video, but Danny doesn't want to put clothes on. He's like shirtless and like all over the place.
Like I've been doing the most, just because I know.
Just because he knows no one's seen him.
Just gonna be honest. Listen, if you want to see what I look like, you can go to Michael's YouTube channel at Too Much Michael and subscribe, and you can see what I look like on the Legendary Hbo's reviews.
That
but
part.
Right now, this ain't it.
But I think we're gonna end it here. Like, yes, while there are different definitions for different couples on open relationships, polyamory, not that polyamorous
I got your tongue again.
Very that. Listen, I've had a long day. I've been on patios drinking all day.
Ooh, that sounds like so much fun. Where was my invite?
I sent it in the mail, but the post, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, really? Really? And you know what else? You know what else you were supposed to send me?
I don't have Venmo. I don't have Venmo over here or Cash App, so I hope you have PayPal. Like, you have that?
Michael, I didn't see that $50 at all since he lost that bet, y'all. But it's all good. Look at this thing. Oh, man.
That should teach me not to gamble.
Oh man, Michael, I really appreciate you. You are such a talented Black man that I'm so happy I met just via YouTube, finding you and subscribing to your channel. You are an amazing force that people should recognize.
You are amazing yourself. I tell you guys, you can make great connections over the internet. It's not full of weirdos. Like, they're really normal people out there.
They're literally, like, there are normal people, y'all.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like Danny, just look for him on my YouTube, on my Instagram. He's everywhere. He's funny. He's hilarious.
Thank you.
Share this with your friends. Like, comment, all that good stuff. Love you for listening. Bye.